Hey everyone, and welcome to another installment of Tom's World. Today we are back in far northeast Philly, and we are back at the old abandoned prison farm. I did not intentionally get to this place. I was actually looking for other buildings that my coworker had told me about that were in the woods back here, but I couldn't find them, and we ended up here, so I figured why not, let's go in there and see this place. It's been a while. So let's get in there and check it out. So as some of you may or may not know, this right here, this little paved road here, this is Pequesson Creek Trail. So you can find this little dirt road off of Pequesson Creek Trail, like right near the Amazon buildings, sort of. So it's like between Benjamin Rush, the Amazon buildings, and Mechanicsville Road from Parkwood. And then you take this path up, and then you'll start seeing all the graffiti, and you know you found the place. Now I have no idea what to expect in here, if there are people living in here. I really don't know. But before we go through this door, let's go around the side and check out why this is called a bank barn. So on the opposite side of this wall, there was an entrance that's about ground level. Around this side, there's a raised entrance, which is pretty much the definition of a bank barn, where it has two different entrances, each on a different level. So this all used to be paved road. There's chunks of it all over the place. And then this would have been the second floor entrance. I guess primarily for trucks and stuff to back up to get supplies to the second floor. Whatever goes on at a farm, I'm not going to pretend I know, because I've never worked on a farm. So you know, the closest I worked to anything like that is working at the park. And there's that second floor that I was just looking at. Pretty overgrown in here. I kind of wish I brought my walking stick. I have it in the car, but I just didn't bring it. This is still very cool every time I come here, and it's been a while. You know, just try to imagine it without all the graffiti. Hard to do because there's a lot of it, and some of the stuff down here is really cool, like good artists. There's a little room over here. I don't know what that's for. There's nothing really in there, just some dirt and some trees growing out of it. This was the front of the barn, and I've seen pictures of it, and if I still have them, I'll see if I could try to put them up here. If I don't have them, I'll have to look for them. But how you know it's the front? Wow, there's a lot of gnats around here. You see these pillars right here all across, and this one's broke, but I'll have to see if I can find that picture, because it was of the front of this building, and you could see these pillars. So let's count them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 pillars. So in that picture, there should be 4 pillars. I can imagine like a horror movie being filmed back here. Go around the other side here. So now, if I remember the story right now, and I may not have it completely correct, because I wasn't intending on coming here today, so I didn't refresh my memory. But the story is that this barn belonged to somebody locally, and then it was bought by the state and used by Byberry Hospital, Philadelphia State Hospital, and they would bring the patients out here and, you know, have them, the ones that were able to do so, and have them work on the farm. So I might have to go out and around, but they would have them work on the farm, and then, you know, take them back to the hospital at the end of the day. And the food that they produced here would be used for the state hospital, for prison systems, stuff like that. And eventually it was taken over by the police system. And I think their original intent was to try to have some of the prisoners stationary here and working on the farm. That was very early on in the stages of planning this place. Before things even got finished, they decided that it was a better idea to just bust them out, have them work here, and then take them back at the end of the day. And still, all that food was being used for the prison systems, the state hospitals, even the Philadelphia Zoo. Another room. And you can see through the window, it keeps going. Things have gotten very, very overgrown since the last time I was here. See if I can make my way through all these taller weeds here to get to this doorway. You can still see remnants of the window itself. See, so all these rooms had different purposes. You know, some were for the sorting out of the vegetables. I believe there was even a potato cellar in here somewhere. All different kinds of activities going on. And the roof, there is no roof anymore anywhere in this entire place. And this, I don't know what this is. It's not a bridge. These two just happened to lay down this way. It's from the building. Well, I'm guessing it's from the wall that was like right where we're standing, because the end of the wall there. And somewhere out in here is what's left of the greenhouses, and I guess they were spring houses. I'm not sure if they definitely were spring houses, but they did utilize them as greenhouses. You can hear the sounds of the Amazon warehouse in the background. Wow, yeah, it really has been a long time since I've been here. So another room, and I have pictures of inside of some of these rooms when it was being used, as well as on the outside. I think there was a bunch of inmates playing horseshoes in one of the pictures. And this, if I remember right, yeah, this is the end. So we got another one of these little rooms like we had up by the barn. And no dead bodies, that's a good thing. Last time, I think it was the last time or the time before that when I came here, there was somebody staying in here. And then that's like the end of it. And I could have swore that the buildings my coworker was talking about were off this way somewhere. But, yeah, find them another time if they are separate. Unless, I can't imagine he meant these buildings, because he said it was like the foundation of the building, and maybe possibly like an underneath, like a basement or a crawl space or something, because he said that's where the homeless guy was living. Yeah, I wish I had known I was coming here. I could have prepared more of the history. But what are you gonna do? We're here. We're on an adventure. For some of you, this might be the first time that you're seeing the prison farm. Now, some of you may not have gone back and watched old videos of mine to see when I've been here before. Also came here with my friends Kenny and Donna Biddle from K&D Adventures. They haven't been very active in making their videos for K&D Adventures, but I understand. They have a lot going on. They've moved out of Philly. They used to live in the Fox Chase area, and they're now living, where are they living? Up in New York somewhere? I think so. And Kenny's got a big time job, like one of his dream jobs. Can't really go far out there. See, there's like, or there was, a little clearing that went towards where the greenhouses were. I'm trying to see if I can find them. Oh, we'll find them one way or another. You know we will. Whew. You know, I think the walking stick that I have in my car, I may have gotten from here. Now that I'm thinking about it. All right, we're back in the barn. So let's see. Not there. Could maybe get through there. All right, we'll go out this way. And here's that other little room. Once again, no dead bodies, good thing. Close up of one of the pillars that's broken. Well, I mean, they're all broken, but they're only half the size of the other two. So I think they're off this way. And there's a deer there. So this is going to be the waiting game. Because they're just looking at me. Smile. You're on Tom's World. So while we're waiting for that deer to skedaddle, there's the front wall of the barn, and all I did was take a walk over this way. And I'm not sure, I had to have seen this before, but this is obviously something for a water system here. I'm sure I had to have seen this. This is not the greenhouse that I was talking about, because they were like one right in front of another, and I don't see anything this way, and I know it wasn't that close to the barn. So this may have been like the pump house. Very possible. All right, let's go check on our friend, see if he's still, or she is still sticking around. As I traipse through all these thorns, because that was kind of the direction I was thinking of going. And while deer may seem timid and they run away from a lot, if they get scared, you're in trouble. I'm trying to look through the brush to see if there's any indication. I don't think it was this close to the front. Trying to make my way through all these dead branches. As I usually say, though, the thing is I got to make my way back through them. Don't see anything that way. I'm going to go back through the barn here. All right. Make my way down for it, because I'm pretty sure it was down further. Not a whole lot further. Trying not to touch any of the vegetation, because I'm not really being mindful of poison ivy and stuff, and as long as it doesn't get on my skin, I don't care. Let me search around a bit, and I'll be right back. I think I may have stumbled upon it. But one thing you really want to watch when you're back here. I mean, it's not a real deep hole, but you could still get hurt. Now, if it's not here, I know it's in this area, because I remember all this concrete being piled up. And there's like part of the water system, and they were direct line with that. Yeah, there was a time where I knew this like entire place like the back of my hand. Of course, it's easier to do in the fall, like in the cold part of fall, because then everything is open to see. I think our friend there just ran away. I have all those little sticky things. I don't know if you can see them. They're all over my hoodie right now. I'm gonna have to do some picking when I get out of here. All right, so I don't see it that way. It's gotta be here somewhere. Like I said, I know it wasn't really far. And they were either one right in front of the other or side by side. I'm gonna keep looking around, see if I can find it. Yeah, check check these out. This is what I was talking about. They are all over me right now. And it's these things right here. So like the plants die off, and then they rely on what's happening to me to spread their seeds. It's definitely going to be a project getting all these off before I throw this hoodie in the wash. Now this right here, you can see a wall and a wall over here, and there's some pipes. I would also have to assume had something to do with the water system, because it flows right out that way. So more than likely what they did was they drew water from the creek, which I believe the creek is like dead ahead of us here on the other side of Pequescent Creek Trail. So they probably diverted some of it to this way. And wow, there's a lot of these things on me. and utilize that water maybe to save on the water bill. Trying to see, because I really do think that those greenhouses are off that way. I'm picking these things off as I'm talking to you, at least the branches anyway. I don't think there's anywhere from the trail out here to get in. Pretty sure there wasn't, but we'll check. As I said, it's been a while. I don't think there is. No. Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot to see. There's part of a building, very little. And when I say part of a building, I mean like kind of how these are. That that's standing like a wall, basically, or a corner of a wall. And that's about it. I'll go back in my footage and I'll put up what I saw then, and then you can see what I'm talking about. And in the meantime, I'm gonna find an easier way back to Townsend Road, and I could see the Amazon building right here, so maybe I could just cut across this. And once again, now I'm actually inside the greenhouse, so you have to watch out for these things. They are all over the place here. So this is the inside of the greenhouse. There used to be concrete tables that lined both sides, this one and the one behind me, and in the middle where I'm standing. And you can see these little steel things sticking out. That was what the tables were resting on. and they had like little holes in the bottom for drainage. These concrete pieces are still all around here. I'll see if I can find one. But right next to us, 2 walls over, that's the other greenhouse. So they had 2 of them. And from what I understand, when they first started this farm, most of what they grew here was like potatoes. But they eventually ended up growing a lot of different stuff. It fed the prison systems for Philadelphia and the surrounding areas. And they also gave a significant amount of food to the Philadelphia Zoo for the animals. Which, for those who don't know, the Philadelphia Zoo was the first zoo in the country. So, here you can see these are pieces of that table. And you can see the hole right there. And that's pretty much how most of them were. They had those little holes in there, which I assume was either for poles to hold it up or for drainage. Drainage seems to make more sense to me. But you can see all the pieces out here. And I'm guessing that's what was from inside here. Okay, so now you were able to see what I mean about those greenhouses. I did find, this is a path that I started out on. I turned off on the paved road, because I remember I was looking for a way in here, and wow, there's a buck right there staring me down. You better hide, buddy. Hunting season's starting. People are gonna be back here. That was no young buck. Hopefully he doesn't follow me. I don't need to be the first YouTuber to be mauled by a deer. So the buildings that my coworker saw, they have to be the prison farm. Has to be. Because he was pointing them out to me on Google Earth, and then I went home and I found them myself on the computer. Same place that he was pointing at. But he knew what the prison farm was too, so that's the part that's kind of eluding me right now. Unless I had to go further down to the left. Then there's, eventually I'd come across like Parkwood. Because the paved path, if I'd have kept following that away from where I went onto it, that will take you to Mechanicsville Road. And if I went the other way, that would eventually lead me to Benjamin Rush State Park. Or behind it. I don't know. Take one look before I go. See, here we are at that other path, sort of a path. It's pretty grown up, and it does go around and looks like it goes that way, which is the way I wanted to go. But from there I wanted to go left, which would take me back to where I was. So let's take a look again. And see if there's another path. If there is, then this video is going to be a bit longer, because it'll be the prison farm and these ruins. See, now they might be in this wooded area instead of over there, but not really a path to get in here. Let me check around the side here, like around the corner of these. Okay, so there was no way to get in over that way. It's all pretty thick. So I'm assuming that this is just going to be, because this is somewhere I do definitely want to check out. I mean, if there's places in here that I have not yet seen, then I definitely want to see them. I mean, it's all part of history, and I love doing the history of this area, no matter how obscure it is. So it may have to wait until all this dies down more so that I can get in there and go check it out. I'm going to talk to my coworker and make sure that it's not the prison farm, like triple check of that, and then I'll come back at that point. But it was still great to see the prison farm. It's been a long time since I've been here, I mean, it hasn't really changed that much outside of everything growing up, but it's still very cool to see it. You know, it's another part of the local history that's like hidden. A lot of people know about it. Some people don't know what it is. So if you haven't seen any of the other videos I've done of this, then, you know, now you know what that is. Anyway, all that being said, you know, I hope you had a great time on this adventure. I know I did. I always do. And yeah, I think I'm going to get out of here. So if you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the thumbs up on this button. Give it a like. And also, if you've not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Once you do that, hit the notification bell. That way you'll be sure to be notified as soon as I upload new videos or do live feeds. I have done a lot of live feeds in the last 6 months or so, and I have no plans of stopping. So if you see that I'm live and you want to come on, you want to ask a question, make a comment, anything like that, please feel free to do so. And make sure you check out the merch shop. Link is in the description. You can go check out the 3 different designs that I have for This Is Tom's World. You get hats, t-shirts, hoodies, all kinds of stuff, mugs, everything. So go check it out. And yeah, I guess I'll see you all in the next one. Make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.